The sound is unmistakable. It starts as a faint, rhythmic tapping, a metronome of destruction ticking away inside the aluminum heart of a $70,000 machine. For the owner of this 2024 Toyota Tundra, parked on the shoulder of an Arizona highway with hazard lights pulsing against the twilight, that sound is the death knell of what was supposed to be the most reliable truck ever built. This isn't just a breakdown. This is a crime scene. And the evidence, microscopic shavings of metal no larger than a grain of sand, is currently grinding the crankshaft of Toyota's flagship engine into useless scrap. What you are looking at is not merely a mechanical failure. It is the physical manifestation of a billion-dollar oversight that has brought the world's largest automaker to its knees. We have obtained internal service bulletins, NHTSA filings, and supplier reports that paint a terrifying picture of the V35 AFTS engine disaster. This is the story of how a microscopic manufacturing error in Alabama spiraled into a global reputational crisis, forcing Toyota to replace over 100,000 engines in a move that financial analysts are calling a fiscal bloodbath. To understand the magnitude of this catastrophe, we have to go back to the drawing board, back to the moment Toyota decided to kill the legendary V8. For 2 decades, the 5.7-liter I-Force V8 was the bedrock of Toyota's truck dominance. It was thirsty, it was ancient, and it was virtually indestructible. When engineers in Japan and the United States collaborated on the 3rd-generation Tundra, the mandate was clear: modernization at all costs. They deleted the V8. In its place, they dropped in a marvel of modern engineering, the 3.4-liter twin-turbo V6. On paper, it was superior in every metric: more torque, more horsepower, better towing capacity. During the machining of the engine block at the Huntsville, Alabama plant, distinct manufacturing debris industrial residue was not properly cleared from the oil galleries. These aren't just dirty parts. These are jagged fragments of metal left inside the circulatory system of the engine. When the engine starts, the oil pump, designed to lubricate the high-stress components, instead becomes a shotgun, blasting these metal fragments directly into the main bearings. The main bearings are the critical interface between the crankshaft and the engine block. They endure the violent explosions of combustion thousands of times per minute. They rely on a microscopic film of oil to prevent metal-on-metal contact. When a shard of machining debris enters this space, the film is breached. The bearing scores. Friction spikes. The temperature skyrockets. Eventually, the bearing seizes, spinning inside its housing, and the engine knocks. This is the death rattle reported by thousands of owners. But the scandal isn't just that the engines are failing. It's how Toyota handled the discovery. Early reports of engine failures surfaced in 2022. Dealership technicians were finding metal shavings in oil filters during the very first oil changes at 5,000 miles. Initially, these were dismissed as break-in debris. Customers were told it was normal. It was a lie. As the failures mounted, Toyota issued a recall, but the scope was limited. They hoped it was a bad batch. They prayed it was isolated. It wasn't. The contamination protocols at the factory had failed systematically. By the time the NHTSA got involved, forcing a safety recall numbered 24V381, the scope had exploded to include over 102,000 vehicles, specifically Tundras and Lexus LX600s manufactured between November 2021 and February 2024. The remedy? There is no fix. You cannot flush this debris out. It is embedded in the blind corners of the oil passages. The only solution is a total engine replacement. Let that sink in. This is not a software update. This is not a sensor swap. This is a cab-off repair. To replace the short block, technicians must lift the entire cab of the truck off the frame, disconnect every wire, hose, and bolt, and swap the heart of the vehicle. It is a surgical procedure that takes experienced master technicians 20 to 30 hours to complete. For a standard dealership, it is a logistical nightmare. And the cost? Analysts estimate the cost per vehicle to be roughly $10,000 to $15,000 when factoring in parts, labor, and loaner vehicles. Multiply that by 100,000 units. That is a $1 billion bill. but the financial cost pales in comparison to the reputational damage. Toyota's brand equity is built entirely on one word: reliability. The Toyota tax people pay, the premium over a Ford or a Chevy, is insurance against exactly this kind of catastrophic failure. When you buy a Tundra, you're buying the promise that it will reach 300,000 miles with nothing but oil changes. That promise has been broken. We are seeing Tundra loyalists, people who have owned 3 or 4 Toyotas in a row, canceling orders and walking across the street to buy heavy-duty diesels from American competitors. The resale value of the 2022 to 2024 Tundra is currently in free fall as the market reacts to the news that these engines are ticking time bombs. Auctions are wary, wholesalers are lowballing, and the owners are left holding the bag. What makes this investigation even more chilling is the technical hubris involved. The transition to the V35 AFTS was driven by emissions regulations and the desire to compete with Ford's EcoBoost. But in chasing efficiency, Toyota introduced complexity. 2 turbochargers, electronic wastegates, complex cooling circuits. Every layer of complexity adds a failure point. But they didn't fail on complexity. They failed on a distinct lack of quality control in the most basic step of manufacturing: making sure the part is clean before you assemble it. It is a rookie mistake from the master of manufacturing. The Toyota production system is the gold standard of the industry. Kaizen, continuous improvement, is their religion. How did the high priest of quality control miss metal shavings in the oil galleries for 2 years? Sources suggest that the pressure to ramp up production of the new Tundra amidst global supply chain shortages led to expedited protocols. Speed kills. In this case, it killed the V35A. The fix involves a new long block, essentially a whole new engine, produced under revised manufacturing guidelines. But can you trust the replacement? Toyota says yes. They claim the process has been rectified. But for the 102,000 owners waiting for parts, driving trucks that could seize at highway speeds, the trust is gone. This recall is essentially a stop-sale order in disguise. Inventory is sitting on lots, frozen. The debris scandal has exposed a crack in the armor of the invincible Japanese giant. It echoes the Takata airbag crisis or the unintended acceleration panic of 2009, but this is different. This isn't a supplier part failing. This isn't a floor mat getting stuck. This is the engine, the soul of the truck. Manufactured by Toyota, designed by Toyota, ruined by Toyota. As we look at the forensic evidence of these bearings, striped and heat blued from friction, we see more than just broken metal. We see the end of an era. The era of blind faith in the Toyota badge is over. Now, every buyer must verify, every owner must inspect, and the market must adjust to a new reality. The king of reliability has been dethroned by a speck of dust.